You know how many fucking Thanksgivings I spent alone with Boston motherfucking Market? That sliced white turkey shit from Boston Market. That's when Boston Market was good. In Seattle, I spent a couple fucking New Year's alone. Not New Year's, Christmases. I spent a couple Thanksgivings alone. You know, Christmas without a girlfriend when you're 20 or 21. Oh, that's brutal. Just having Christmas and going to a couple's house and they're kissing and hugging in front of you, and you're kissing the fucking dog. The dog's dry humping your leg over fucking the holidays. That's the most. I mean, all that shit sucks because you think about it, because you let it suck, like I did for years, and then one day I just snapped out of it. I think like 94, 93, I had a shitty Christmas. All those Christmases were fucking shitty. But 94, it was just like, I still remember every individual Christmas, whether I had money or not, how I felt, whether I was able to eat. I mean, last Christmas I had fucking COVID, so I got a pass last year. But all the Christmases before, like ever since I've had Mercy, yeah, it's helped. It's helped going to see Santa, which she fucking hates. She doesn't want to see Santa at all. I got like 4 pictures of her with Santa, and she's 5 feet away from the motherfucker. She refuses to take a picture with Santa. I don't know why. I don't know if Santa molested her in a previous life. She just does not like fucking Santa. So I'm serious. I don't know what since she's 3. Since she's 3, we took her to Universal. One year she was like 2. We put her on the lap. Get me off the fucking lap. She threw a pacifier and shit. She just does not like the motherfucker. So this year she wrote him a letter, and she's been asking me every day, Dad, Santa didn't get back to me on that shit yet, you know. And that's what makes it fun again. Like dealing with a kid, thinking if they're not going to get a gift and shit, and you're looking at them going, what? You know, listen, it's taken me a long time to get, adjusted since I moved here. Took me a lot longer than the fucking girls. They were off and running like fucking that guy when he got out of prison, The Sopranos, and he broke the guy's arm a week later. My daughter and my fucking wife got off and fucking running. I've had some hiccups here and there, but it's getting smoother every goddamn day. Last night, against my best wishes, there's a kid at jiu-jitsu, great kid, Alex. Alex is his name. And we were talking one night, a couple weeks ago, I went to jiu-jitsu at night, and I was telling him that my daughter came up to me one day, we're just talking about shit, and she goes, Dad, I like throwing punches at jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. I mean, it blew my mind, the conversation. She's like, but, I really want to wrestle. And I'm like, come again? You want to what? And she goes, I really want to wrestle. I wrestle with my friends, and I do pretty good. I use some jiu-jitsu stuff, but then I get them down, and I go, who the fuck taught you how to wrestle? And she goes, Mateo, and those guys always wrestle, and we go over there, the girls. I go, okay, whatever. And I just yesterday that, like, all right, you want to wrestle, And then I know there's the bartender at Cousins owns a wrestling school. So I contacted him, and he was like, the girls are like 14, you could bring her in, but it's not going to be fair, So I didn't know what to think. And then a couple of weeks ago at night, I went to jiu-jitsu, and I was talking to this guy, and he goes, my daughter, I can't come on Tuesdays and Thursdays starting next week because my daughter wrestles. And I go, what? Your daughter wrestles? And she goes, yeah, she comes here too. She's 9, and she wrestles. I go, yeah, I saw they were doing a program at the rec for kids, and he goes, I coached the fucking team. And I was going to bring my daughter down there, but my wife wouldn't allow it because she's got basketball and this and that. And he goes, bring her down, So I asked, I go, you want to go down there and see one of these classes? And she's like, yeah. I thought she would forget about it. Holy fuck. She bugged me every day. Dad, when are we going to the wrestling class? Dad, when are we going to the wrestling class? Dad, when are we going to the wrestling class? Guys, listen, I put my daughter in MMA because I got hit in the head with a lunchbox when I was a kid, and I didn't know what to do. And that was the worst feeling in the fucking world, is getting hit in the head with a lunchbox and not knowing what the fuck to do. I was 6. I was lost. I just ran and cried. I didn't know what to do. I was passing out from the blood, but that shit always stuck with me. All right? And then I realized as I got a couple of years went by, I faint when I see blood. I fucking, if there's too much movement around me, I don't like it. I was just in the 70s, you didn't know what anxiety was. You just knew something wasn't fucking right. And when the action got too much, I always had to sit away and put a towel over my head to calm down a little bit. I didn't fucking know. So I joined martial arts as a kid because of Bruce Lee. Thank God for that motherfucker. And I pursued it till maybe I was 16. And I didn't turn out a tough guy. I didn't turn out great form or any of that shit. I just, you know how to get hit. You know how to cover yourself. And you know how to breathe yourself out of the situation. Fear, you get hit. You don't know what the fuck's going on. When I got hit by that lunchbox, I was a kid. It's not like I was 24 and got hit. I just did not know what to do. I knew how to put my hands up and I knew how to defend myself. And my mom put me in karate, and that's not the point. The point is I didn't want that to happen for her. MMA is great for a kid. Whatever the fuck. Jiu-jitsu is great for a kid. Boxing is great. They're all great. Anything that you put your kid in just so he gets along with little kids, you don't want to put him in there to be a world champion. There's a guy, great guy. And his son is a fucking great kid. Good looking, polite, is good at softball. I've seen him play different things, but he goes to Fat Joe's with me and my daughter. That's where she goes for jiu-jitsu and MMA and shit. And the kid is good at what he does. He's good at takedowns and a couple of arm bars and throwing kicks and punches. But you could tell this is not the kid's thing. When I take Mercy to this, it's not, I don't want her to be a fucking martial. Let me get it wrong. I don't want her to be a fighter. But I'd like for her to pick up a couple martial art things like respect, discipline, getting up and forcing yourself to do push-ups, whatever the fuck martial arts offers you, That's the reason why I put her in. There was no future in her being in the UFC. Do you want to see your fucking kid or your brother or sister? When I see like a fighter that maybe I'm an acquaintance of him. It's not like we talk on the phone or nothing like that. When like Mickey Gall. Mickey Gall's my dear friend. He's starting a podcast, by the way. Mickey Gall's a great guy. When I watch Mickey Gall fight and he loses, even if he doesn't get knocked out, it affects me, guys. It bothers the fuck out of me. That's my friend getting fucking hit.